It is the nightmare scenario for any parent. A little over 2 years ago, Reeva Steenkamp was told the devastating news that her daughter was dead. Oscar Pistorius had shot at his bathroom door 4 times, killing Reeva. The athlete claimed it was a case of mistaken identity. The court agreed with that version of events, but for Reeva Steenkamp, questions remain unanswered.
There's huge pieces of the puzzle missing. Huge. My husband would tell you the same thing. There's more to it than what was actually gone into. Some of it was pushed one side somehow. She said they're fighting all the time. A 3-month relationship doesn't normally have fighting in it. And the detectives told me that her bag was packed, and I believe that she was leaving.
Despite the passing of time, the trauma of that night continues to haunt the Steenkamp family. Although June watched firsthand as the events unfolded in the courtroom, she still wants to meet the athlete face to face.
It would be a short little interlude that we had, a short conversation.
You want to look him in the eye?
Yes, and just let him know what he's done. I wouldn't like to go to jail and talk to him. That's the thing. But I mean, he must face me, and then he must realize what he's done to Barry and I. It's ruined our lives. Our lives are devastated by this. It's hard to live without her. And how can anybody expect sorry is good enough for somebody dying? She died.
Pistorius was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but he could be out after serving just 10 months. The state is appealing that sentence, and if successful, the double amputee could be handed a much stiffer jail term. That's something June would welcome.
Well, initially it was a shock, the judgment and the sentencing, because I expected it to be more than that. But when he did finally go down those steps and was taken away, it gave me some satisfaction that he was going to pay for what he'd done, that he can't just go around shooting people. And I just did have a great feeling of relief when he was actually, even for the short time that he's been given, it feels that some justice was done.
Well, it's here along this rugged coastline in Port Elizabeth where Reeva Steenkamp's ashes were scattered. But June hopes to keep the memory of her daughter alive by setting up a foundation that aims to help abused women in South Africa.
All over, the children are disappearing. When I say children, I'm talking a 13, 14-year-old girl, and she's found dead, raped, murdered. That's it. That's what's going on. Not to mention domestic violence. That's why we've got the Reeva Steenkamp Foundation. And it's purely to build the shelters and a home, or whatever we're going to decide to do, where the women can escape.
The trial did not bring Reeva Steenkamp closure, but she hopes the foundation can at least bring a measure of comfort. Dan Williams, CCTV, Port Elizabeth, South Africa.